Can you guess what this number is? This is not the GDP of a country or the net worth of the richest person in the world. This is the quantity of waste in tons that we dump yearly on our planet. And according to a study done by the World Bank, with rapid population growth and urbanization, annual waste generation is even expected to increase by 70% from 2016 to 2050, which only aggravates the problem. Mismanagement of solid waste is dangerous both to the environment and to humans. Some of its threats include visual pollution that disturbs natural capital and landscapes, soil pollution due to hazardous chemicals from waste that is dumped, which eventually grows into our crops and food, air pollution that is caused by burning waste which releases toxic and poisonous substances into the air, in addition to ocean pollution, which is caused by the 13 million tons of plastic that reach the world's oceans every year. At this rate, it's estimated that there will be more plastic than fish in the sea by 2050. And last but not least, the 280 billion tons of groundwater that is polluted on a yearly basis, and this is equivalent to 9,000 tons every second.
Lebanon is one of the countries that suffer extensively from this issue. Since the 70s, there has never been a long-term national strategy for solid waste management. Instead, the government keeps responding to every crisis with emergency plans, which turn into long-term and unsustainable strategies and inevitably lead to another crisis. Legally, solid waste should be managed by municipalities, yet the sector is currently subject to the corruption of the central government that controls the revenues and chooses one or two contractors that manage most of the waste generated at extremely high prices and resort mostly to landfilling or open dumping. Some municipalities have attempted to create their own collection and treatment systems, but many of them either fail or struggle to sustain their operations due to limited access to resources. On our left-hand side, we can see the Litani River in the Bekaa Valley, how polluted it is. And on our right side, we can see Al Ustuwan River, which is very polluted as well. And this has had a very negative impact on Lebanon's environment and led to one of its biggest waste crises in 2015 when waste flooded the streets of Lebanon for months in a row. Lebanon is still threatened by a similar crisis since, to date, there is no long-term and sustainable solution to the waste problem. So we ask ourselves two questions. Why do we keep witnessing such piles of garbage in the streets every once in a while? And second, whose responsibility is it to ensure a successful solid waste management implementation? To confront this ordeal, we, a group of 3 young women, decided to team up and find a solution to this challenge.
I'm Cynthia, and I'm a sustainable strategy expert.
I'm Talar, and I'm a communications and project development expert.
I'm Christelle, and I'm a logistics and renewable energy expert. We refused to be passive about this chronic issue and decided to address it. So we started researching and came up with a model for municipal solid waste based on sharing and circular economy principles. And this is how Sharing Municipalities came to be. The Sharing Municipalities model creates a network of collaboration and engagement between the different actors in the solid waste system. The goal of this model is to provide municipalities via a sharing platform the required manpower, land, and materials to establish a self-sustained solid waste management system. The platform will instigate an online and offline network that fosters collaboration, builds the capacities, and raises awareness on all matters related to municipal solid waste to relevant stakeholders. Our approach will prioritize and advocate for concepts such as awareness on the waste hierarchy and responsible consumption, sorting at source, sharing resources such as land, manpower, machinery, and other equipment by municipalities for more efficient and effective waste operations and processing, the implementation of a pay-as-you-throw as a revenue stream, and waste valorization by selling recyclables and compost to industries and farmers as another source of revenue for the system to be financially sustainable. Our target market, which we prefer to refer to as our stakeholders, includes customers and/or partners. They consist of municipalities, the private sector, civil society organizations, community-based organizations, non-governmental organizations, volunteers, and other citizens with an emphasis on youth and women. Our competitors are Ramco and City Blue, the current contractors hired by the central government in Lebanon. Nadira, a startup that is working on leveraging technology for more efficient collection and processing of waste. Live Love Recycle, a small business that has a mobile application used for waste pickup service. Kudoti, they work with companies to improve current supply chains for waste materials from source to endpoint, as well as build new supply chains to ensure the continuous flow of materials from waste to source. Currently, our focus is on the Lebanese market, but we are excited about the prospects of the solid waste market globally. In fact, the waste management market size was valued at 1.612 billion in 2020 worldwide. It is even expected to reach 2.483 billion by 2030, registering a growth rate of 3.4% from 2021 to 2030. We are currently working with 4 municipalities on board in the area of Kasserwan, Lebanon, where we are piloting activities using a small grant that we received from an incubation program that we participated in. We are proud to be implementing these activities in collaboration with Democracy Reporting International and the Environment and Sustainable Development Unit at the American University of Beirut.